should be ready to go. Wiggle it, get it stuck on the wheel head. I'm using a metal stand today and it's making some different noise and that freaked out George. Alright, so it's really good on there. Wiggle the top, everything's good. My nails are trimmed back so they're not going to get in the way of throwing. My sleeves are rolled up. Get water on this. First step is to get it centered. There's all these wobblies. You want to get the clay ready and symmetrical on the wheel head. Brace my wall hand to go up nice and slow with my hand gestures, but fast on the wheel. Pushing down just to get that clay moving, get it ready. This is a lot of clay, so I'm gonna take my time getting centered. The better centered you are when you are centered, that's when you should go on to the next steps. This being centered is the foundation of how you are working. You don't want to rush that important step. This first step took me a really long time, like 2 weeks, and doing it like every day. I think if I asked enough questions, I could have figured it out, but I think I was just being stubborn. I was like, I got this. But some important tips about when you're centering that I found really helpful are making sure my elbows are anchored and really stable, keeping in that position. So it's not wobbly, right? It's nice and firm and gripped somewhere. That was really important for me. So we're making a plate today, plate form, but we're gonna turn it into, I wanna say like a platter or a tray, and through this entire process. So today will be a plate form. But we're gonna do some fun stuff to it. I like to, if I'm doing a larger piece of work, I like to spend a long time on it. So right now I'm just compressing and trying to get this to widen up. With this, you want to make sure you don't get too thin, because when we cut it off, when we transport it, if it's too thin, it can warp or break, rip up. Right now I'm focusing on kind of leveling this center point out. I like to use the sponge. I use it because it helps me. You start out in the center and you work your way out. I always like to work on my right side, kind of work this way. You have to apply a little bit more pressure in the very center, but then ease off on that pressure as you come towards the edge. It takes a little less force to get the edge moving. I'm not in a rush, and I don't know where I put my bat pins, so I worked right off of the wheel head. So this will be the one form we'll be working on, because I don't want to get it warped, and I don't have my own tray, basically. Alright, and then I have to find my rib tool and apply some pressure in the center. Make sure we don't get those S cracks that we talked about. Oh, it's right here cleaned up. So I brace and then I walk across nice and slow. That's looking pretty good. This is the lowest point right now, and then you try to level it out as you go off the form. Now I'm gonna lift the walls up a bit. And then brace at the very bottom. Get a good grip. And then you're gonna pull that clay up. You don't wanna get too thin. You wanna do this gradually. Slow it down. And I'm gonna leave the walls relatively thick. Nice and sturdy. I plan on doing a bunch of other things to this guy, so let's see if I can get some more clay out of here. start in the center, work our way out. This is a little big for what we need.